Hey Maddie Gang, so today's gonna be another story time. So today's story time is gonna be about me finding out about my real dad. So whenever I was born, whenever I was born, my stepdad, I'm not gonna say his name because that's disrespectful, but I always thought that he's my real dad. And whenever I started getting older, I look in the mirror and be like, I don't look like him. I do not look like him. Like, I don't got my nose from any one of my parents. I just didn't look like him. And so I started being like, am I adopted? That's what came to my mind. Am I adopted? I wasn't adopted. I'm not adopted. So we would go to the store every once in a while. We'll run into this big old fat dude. And he'll always wave at me, try to give me a hug. I'm like, I don't know you, back away. And I was like 4 to 6. And then I remember my brother, that was his dad. I'm like, why didn't we not have the same dad? And I started thinking maybe his dad is my dad or am I adopted? I had those two things in my head, like I had to be adopted or it's not my dad. And so it was July. I remember that. It was July and my brother was going with his dad, and I was like, I remember the exact thing that I said, how come Malik gets to go with his dad, but I can't go with mine? And my mom was like, I have to talk to you later. I'm like, okay, so I must be adopted or something. So we went to Walmart, and then inside the car, my mom broke the news. She was like, okay, remember whenever I had to talk to you? I'm like, yes, I guess so. And so we was right by Sonic, and she said, whenever Malik goes to his dad's house, you're left alone. I'm like, yes. And she said, well, that big dude that we always see in the stores? I'm like, yeah, I know him, big old fat dude. And we had a little laugh about that. He's like, yeah, that's your father too. I'm like, hold on a second. I know you did not just say that that's my father too. But I wasn't mad. I wasn't sad. I'm like, yay. I'm kind of like, yay at the moment. And so she's like, that's your dad. And she's like, I thought you would be mad at me. I'm like, I'm not mad at you. I kind of was already figuring it out. And so a couple days later, I was able to meet up with my dad. It was a seafood place. And I was like, wow. I was so happy to meet him. Okay? And then we started bonding a little bit, bond here, bond there. And then he started drifting away from my life again. I would try to call him, he wouldn't answer. He wouldn't call me back, he wouldn't come get me. He was flaky, Like he'll say he'll come get me one day, but he never did. And he'll have me waiting about till like 12 o'clock in the morning, waiting for him to come get me. I remember this one time where he was supposed to come get me so I could spend the night with him. And all my other sisters, keep in mind, I had a lot of other sisters on his side. And then he didn't come. He came around like 2 in the morning, like, is we ready to go? I'm like, hold on, excuse me. And so after that, my mom gave me the story. She's like, okay, this is why I didn't want to tell you. My dad was selling drugs to get money for us. And this is when my mom was pregnant with me. And I was born early, premature. And then he got caught. So he was locked up for a while. And he thought that my mom was gonna wait. Didn't happen. And so after that, after that, I was like, wow, so he wasn't a bad guy, but you should have waited for him. So you're like, nope. So he got out, it was summertime, so he got out recently that summer. I keep in mind, this is like 2017, I want to say, 18. So yeah. Now the flaky part. Sorry about my hair, y'all. We just gonna forget about my hair, alright? I took out the braids. And so he started living out my life. And that's why I started thinking, I wish I never knew that he was my dad. He didn't talk to me we went months without talking. I gave up. So I'd start to cut myself and try to commit suicide over myself. A dumb thing, right? And okay guys, this is starting to get teary out of me. So I'm gonna finish if this video can get to 2 likes, I'm gonna do a part 2. Anyway, it's Maddie.